Welcome, welcome, welcome to the world of Grandiasha and the Will-O-Wisp Woods. So, as you can see, we're a player down for the moment, but our wonderful Kiv should be here soon, so May is simply zoned out for a moment, as we will be starting with Nyla tonight anyway. But, welcome. It's been a minute. We've been a little sidetracked with life, and then my preference for all of my players to be here. However, Kiv will be joining us soon, hopefully. Just not right now. So, thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for coming in. Welcome back to the world of Grandiasha and our lovely world of chaos that is my player base. But, as a quick refresher, last episode, our wonderful group, after dealing with a personality switched Eddie due to a card that he had drawn, and after a very harrowing experience on everybody's mentals, one of our players, who had drawn a card earlier, made a wish. And this change of fate itself made it so that nothing actually happened to Eddie. Instead of using this change of fate for herself, she used it to change Eddie's draw, wishing that he had never drawn the balance card to begin with. Now, our ghostly apparition, after a emotional reunion of the original Eddie and our wonderful group, Eddie being very confused as to why everybody's acting the way that they are towards him after he drew a card that gave him a bag, a small pouch.
What's the bag, though? We still don't know.
It's a horn.
Oh, yeah, we retconned, because it's a horn. It's a horn. Odile has a strange horn that looks very decorative. However, Eddie says that he does not know how to play the horn, so it is his to give to Odile. So, after drawing a new card and being told a synopsis of a general idea of what happened, Eddie, being the way he is, has talked to Odile about getting Nyla to hear him out. Now, outside the potion shop in the alley that they had originally pulled so many cards, Eddie stands next to Rovan, hands behind his back, with a half smile towards Nyla as she comes around the corner from inside the potion shop.
Didn't it happen already, or no?
No?
I thought they talked already.
Mm-mm.
No,
Nyla's
this is
exact
where we
words,
ended.
because I had to look up the episode just to make sure I didn't fuck anything up this time. And I still managed to fuck it up.
Ooh.
Nyla's exact words were, "I would love to have this talk, but it's also my bedtime, so..."
It's true.
So, we ended the episode with the cliffhanger of Nyla coming around the corner to see Eddie seemingly back to normal and seemingly wanting to talk. So, Welcome all to the world of Grandiasha, episode 70. This is going to be a very interesting episode, I think. Nyla, you circle the corner back to the day before, or earlier in the day. Day before, earlier in the day. I think
Day
it was the
before, I think.
It was the day
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, it was.
You circle the corner the day before, and you find the apparition that follows you all around, standing there, half smile on his face, as he seems visibly both confused but still sorry on his face. Hands behind his back, with his usual straight posture, his ghostly clothes. What would you like to do?
She's gonna, still keep her distance and just sort of look at him, waiting expectantly and also a little bit skeptically. With, a little bit more room between them than would normally happen in a conversation.
He stands there for a few moments, realizing that you're not going to get any closer. He then nods. It seems I've done quite a lot, and I'm not entirely sure that I believe it all yet, but it seems that you all are off-put nonetheless, and it makes me feel as though it could have happened. So, for that, though it hasn't happened now, I apologize for whatever it is that I did to hurt you as well as everyone else. It seems that you and Odile took it the hardest, whatever it was.
I appreciate your apology. Yeah, it's probably as confusing for us as it is for you, or at least close. I am still upset, but it was a different you that did it. So I don't know what to say. Are you sure it's you? You're back?
He then
You wouldn't
starts to
steal?
He starts to look over himself, pat himself down a little bit. I think. Then again, I have been a little gassy lately. No?
I doubt that's involved, but you never know. Time warping is a weird thing. You never know.
That was supposed to be a joke to kind of help with the situation, but I'm glad that you took some rationale with it.
But you'd never... You haven't stolen any potions, have you? Or books?
You all
Or...
have access to everything that I've given you. I don't see why I would need to steal anything. I mean, if you all were to ask me and talk me into it somehow, I'm sure I would steal a small potion maybe to help, but for the most part, you all have quite a bit of my gold now, and I have no reason to hold on to it. So, I'm sure you all would spend it wisely.
Should have known something was off when you stole those potions. It wasn't like you, but I was also a little bit proud of you. But it was kind of conflicting. And then you started being mean to everyone.
Well, like I said, I would help if you all were to ask. I don't like going out of my way to do things like that because of the fact of how I was raised. It's not right for the common folk, and it's not right to do that to them. It's their livelihood that they're working for, and they spend a lot of time and effort into making things like those potions, and if you were to go to a general store, they spend a lot of time gathering that stuff for every other person. But if need be, considering what you all do and how you all help people, I would pick the lesser of the two evils and possibly steal one or two potions if it meant that one of you would survive long enough to help the rest.
Yeah, that sounds more like the normal Eddie. I'm still just trying to figure out if you're telling the truth or just like really good at hiding it for some reason.
Well, if it makes you feel better, you're not the first to think that, as most of the time royalty is seen as very good liars and talkers. If it makes you feel any better, I'm the worst talker of my family.
Yeah, and that's just the thing for both the stealing and the talking. I can do both of those pretty well, and that's part of why I'm so conflicted about this whole thing. And why this whole thing's so confusing. If it is really you, I'm glad you're back. Might take me a little bit to get used to, though.
That's fine.
You really hurt me.
I apologize again for that. My father used to say something that I've kind of grown to take to heart. And I believe that it won't change anything, but a kingdom is not built by one man. It is not built by one set of hands. It takes the trust, the strength, and the work of many to lay one brick. So, if you'll allow me, I would like to work towards helping you lay that brick again.
I would like that. I also want to apologize to you in advance that it's going to take some time to build that back. Through no fault of you as you are now.
I believe you and Odiel will both need to work towards that, and I plan on working my way back in.
You know I stole your book?
It's not really my book anymore, and I still have to figure out how to work it, in all honesty, to help. It's my family's book, and it's the easiest way to find someone that is of my blood, but it's still just a lot, and like I said, I would rather none of you try to read it right now until I can figure it out, because it is a massive strain on someone's mind.
That's fair. But if you want help, I like books. Maybe.
I honestly would like help, but because of the way the book works, I sadly don't think I can ask for it in this situation. Just because of the fact that anyone that lays eyes upon it other than a Lionheart, their mind is torn at, and if they're not prepared, it's bad. So I would I would like for help, and it would be wonderful if any of you could. But until I feel comfortable enough putting you in that position, I don't think I can openly ask any of you to help me with that. That's why I was hiding the book so feverishly. I was wanting to figure it out on my own before any of you found out, because I knew that you all would ask me if I needed help, or you all would work to try your best to help me, and I couldn't risk that. And in the end, I ended up risking something much worse, so...
Jin, in regards to that book, since you didn't let us know, are you trying to find a Lionheart to help you read it, or are you using the book to try to help you find a Lionheart, or both? Is that why you wanted us to look for a Lionheart for you?
Honestly,
I'm sure it goes both ways, but...
honestly, the book is just to help find a Lionheart. I know how Dad would use it, and I understand what it was used for. I just don't know how to use it the way he did. And it's a magic that I still don't fully grasp. So I'm trying to figure it out. But the book itself is also connected to the Lionheart family, so instead of just setting it aside and ignoring it, I figured, why not use it to try and find somebody who can actually help to use it. Oop.
I have some spells that might be able to help you, including, identifying objects that are magical.
Oh, thank you for the raid, Hootie. Oh boy, here we go. Nope, that's not the one. Hold on. There we go. Everybody has their camera on for once, and it's kind of off-putting. So I have to go back to the original Discord. Not Discord, the original stream setup. There we go. I got there. So.
I don't have to look in the book to potentially help you. I have a spell that might be able to help. It might not be able to do much, but you never know. It could have some more information than you have already. And if we ever defeat the Rakshasa, we have more information to go on to look for, family.
Maybe. I'm not sure yet how it would react to magic. Being magical itself, I'm not sure how the book's magic would react to outside magic. Maybe.
That is fair. I don't have a good history of the spell not sucking me into other magical items when I use it, so that may be best to look into a little further before I use it.
Yeah, I would much prefer if none of you got sucked into the book.
Yeah.
So let's put a pin in that one.
Yeah. A possibility for later.
But for the time being, I understand that you all and your trust has been tested. So I am going to work towards fixing that.
Appreciate it. And whatever you do, don't use chains against me, please. I really don't like being chained up.
I'm not entirely sure of the insinuation, and I apologize, but, we're not in that kind of relationship, so I apologize, but have you been reading my books?
I'm afraid I don't read your kind of books. Really, very literally, you tied me up with magical chains and threatened to do that to me again. If I ever made you angry again, which was kind of inevitable, which is part of the reason why I was so scared of you.
I don't have access to magical chains, as far as I know.
Right, you don't anymore. Thank goodness.
Can you try it?
The fucking Spider-Man thing where he starts just testing out different hand motions. And he just... No?
Oh,
No?
Nyla
No
just
chains?
like ducks behind the corner as he does this just in case.
So nice. Should told him snap.
Actually, can I roll a stealth check? I want to see how thoroughly I disappear when he starts doing this. 18.
Yeah, you disappear from Eddie at least.
What?
He looks off.
Wait.
He's looking off to the side, trying to do that. He looks up. You're just gone. Oh, well, good talk. Question. I don't know.
She pokes her head around the corner again. Please don't. Just don't.
I was thinking maybe I could be useful if it did work, but I'm not. Magic chains seem a bit much. I wish I had some kind of power like that. I could at least then be useful rather than just floating around the battlefield and watching you all fight things.
I would maybe not try to get something like that while we're here trying to rebuild your trust with us. Maybe also put a pin in that for later.
Boss.
You don't have any, Eddie. I got my one in.
My players have jokes. I have dragons. Anywho. So, I will do my best. As long as you all will allow me to.
First. Get there. It'll just take some time.
It always
Should we
does.
go? Yeah, it's true.
And I have nothing but time.
That is also true.
One
And
of
you've been around for quite some time.
Yeah, one of the perks of being, you know, dead.
Mm-hmm. Should we rejoin the others?
We can.
I
Unless
think
you,
we've come.
unless you have something else you would like to throw at me, say that I did, anything that I need to apologize for on top of anything else.
No, not at the moment, Elise. You never know what might come up later, but
You're right, I was thinking about stealing one of Dwindle's cinnamon rolls.
I would highly encourage that. In fact, I would help you with that. Although, would you be able to eat it if you did?
Probably not, but I'd like to try. They smell good.
They do. Maybe I can steal it, or you can steal it, and then I can eat it, and you can smell it and try to eat it.
That's... I'm not entirely sure I like that phrasing, but I'm okay with this. Let's rejoin the others.
Let's do it.
He
She'll lead
then,
the way back in.
he then leans against the wall. Yeah, it would be pretty much a good idea to talk to them about anything and see if they have any... Oh, and he just falls through the wall. He then reappears in the building with the group. Nyla coming shortly after him through the door like a normal person.
Taking the long way around.
Thank you for your business.
So,
I've got him back. Everything that I bought originally.
yeah, because I'm not doing that math again. So, you all are making your way out of the shop as Nyla is making her way around. So you all meet with Nyla out front, and Eddie manages to somehow get behind you all as he has fallen through the wall. So he just pops
Is it
up.
bad that we just stopped? We're no longer jump scared by that. We're just used to it now.
Probably. I'll have to find something just in case.
Who's following the end of the group?
Probably the
I mean,
door.
I'm on
Slow us
May's
out of
shoulders.
everybody.
Oh, so it'd be Dwindle then, more than likely. So Dwindle, Eddie just pops up behind you. Hello. I didn't do anything to you, did I?
What are you talking about?
I'm more concerned that I didn't do anything to you. Everybody else seems to have something that I've done, or said, or they've interacted with me and said that I've done something. You don't have anything.
Are you implying that you don't like me?
No, I'm implying that it seems like everybody had something happen.
Nah.
No?
No. We had nice tech, as per usual.
I'll take your word for it. The new day
Shall we?
is yours. Well, I say new, but the day that you all have already done is yours. But this time with
Take
less...
two.
Yeah, this time with less evil Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
If no one's gonna stop him, Dwindle's just gonna do. I have a lot of work to redo. So.
Dwindle's just gonna go do Dwindle things.
Mhm. Yeah. Unless somebody stops him.
No? Okay.
Alright.
What is everybody else doing?
As they're walking on to wherever, Nyla's just gonna say, I'm sorry I threatened to leave. I didn't want to.
Seemingly with everybody tired and no other goals set in mind, we're just gonna say you all are all walking with Dwindle back towards the tavern and cart for Dwindle to work on it. So.
It's been a very long day.
Morning now.
It's the morning again.
Which means all the work that Odd did is gone as well.
No, because I got my work done before this happened.
Oh, lucky.
No, technically you got your work done too before this happened too, because remember you guys were chasing the fox when this happened?
No, I hadn't bought a lot of the iron. Still.
No, you still didn't get all that stuff yet. But I took all the stuff that I wanted to get done before.
Well, at least I now know where to go.
And
So
I'm also
buy it, right?
stupid now. So.
I would have faster time to buy stuff, right?
As I said, everything that you bought monetary-wise is perfectly normal. Everything else that you
Sweet.
gained magically through the cards is gone.
Okay, sweet.
Odd does keep looking around on the shoulders. As if expecting to see someone pop out of nowhere. That's it.
Yeah. Dwindle is just doing Dwindle things.
Okay. Well, Nyla's statement still, is still there in the air.
Who was she talking to?
The group in general, specifically the girls. Most specifically Odd, because she was the one who was actually there. So, on a gradient.
As they walk, so what was on the letter? Looking at me.
Oh, remember we already checked that. We already checked. She doesn't have the note.
Someone has a short memory sometimes.
Odd will just pull on May. I'm hungry. We go get food.
Did you not eat earlier?
Eats his cinnamon roll that he bought last time.
Yes. I'm sure we're going back to the tavern. We can get something to eat there.
Oh, we're going back to the inn? Okay.
Bundle is
It's
gonna go back to the. I got a job to do, so.
Bundle needs his cart, and I think it's at the inn, right?
I don't know where his card is. I don't keep track of his stuff.
Oh.
Why would I keep track of his stuff?
Because I move it everywhere I go.
Yes,
When able.
but it's your stuff. You keep track, not me.
Precisely. I already know where I'm going. What are you guys doing?
Sitting at a table at the
I guess-
inn?
Oh.
Yeah, I guess we're going back to the inn.
You all make your way back. Dwindle beginning his work as he did before. You all finding an empty table. A few empty seats. You're served quickly and without much issue, as this early in the morning now, there's not much going on.
Isla's gonna look over at Odd and just go, "This isn't out of anger, I promise. It's, I guess you could call it a peace offering. It's like I said, I feel bad. I acted out of anger too." And she's gonna hand Odd the notebook. May can look at it too, but I'm
I
sorry.
just looked. I just looks at the notebook. Gets up and walks away. Doesn't even touch the notebook. Look at her face.
Ouch.
Please go get food.
Eddie
Yeah.
fixed. Brings up
Yeah.
old trauma. And you wonder why we never progress fully. More trauma.
Progress? What's that?
Yeah.
What's progress? We want trauma.
My hopes and desires that never seem to come to fruition.
Odd walks back just to grab her food and walks away. It's like, oops, I forgot this.
Are you mad at me too?
No. I mean, I think we've all been in our own mother. And it was starting to get to you, and people lash out with words when they are put in a tight spot. So, I just... If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Just let me know if you ever want to leave.
It's not how I feel. I just didn't know what to do. The group was so tied together, and I couldn't even look at him. I never wanted to leave you guys.
Like I said, people say sometimes anything that will make sense to their mind when they're in such a situation. So I'm just glad it's all sorted out now. And that everybody seems to be okay again.
Either way, I'm sorry.
You can hold your apology. It's... I have nothing to forgive you for. Yeah, it wasn't anything to begin with.
Not entirely sure I believe you, but I'll take your word for it, at least for now. Although, Odd seems not of the same mindset, to say the least.
I'm just stubborn.
You can say that again.
She will, eventually. I feel like there was just quite a bit of hurt feelings on Olive's. And it's just gonna take a moment. But eventually it will be okay. I think so. We all got a similar goal in mind, and I don't think if Odile wanted to, she could have left a while ago, but she stayed.
True. Hopefully that keeps up.
Wendell.
I know she's been through a lot, and I didn't want to hurt her like that. I just wanted to hurt Eddie, and I didn't think about it.
Okay.
That would have hurt
I
me,
mean,
he says, sitting at the table because Odile has walked off.
I didn't see you there, Eddie.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything. You all are just having your moment, but I don't really think it would be safe for me to be alone with Odile, considering what you all have told me, so I just figured I'd give her a moment to, enjoy her breakfast by herself in a room with Rowan.
That's fair.
I've just been listening, don't mind me.
Reassuring.
yeah, I think that just give her time. That's all you can give anybody, is just the patience and support after something like that. I think that she'll forgive you.
Hope so.
Of course, groveling, but that.
I don't think I've reached that point yet.
Just kidding. I don't think Odile would take too kindly to it, in all honesty.
I don't think so either.
Mm.
Also, I know that I hurt her more and it was not intentional, but she also hurt me. I know it wasn't her fault, but she still played a part in it. So maybe I wanted to hurt her a little, but not that much.
It runs all across the board.
It's true.
Do you think you could forgive her, though?
I think so.
I think on both ends it will be okay. You just have to trust one another again, and that's just time, patience.
You're right.
Mhm.
You know, Eddie, you're kind of lucky, you know that? You don't have to remember everything that went down.
Yes, but now I have to live with the repercussions of something I did something that
Both.
happened.
It's true. This whole thing would be a whole lot easier if none of us remembered.
If it were easy, it would be easy.
Why can't it ever be easy?
Because then it would be easy.
That's not an answer.
Yes, it is.
What's the fun in that?
Think about it. If it were easy, then it would be easy. Everybody would do it. Everybody would avoid doing it. Everybody would have the ability to do it. The whole point is, though something may seem difficult at first, I believe that those that actually follow through and do it learn that the easy route is not always the best route. Now, don't get me wrong, the hard route is also kind of sucky sometimes, as we could clearly see. I have no idea what's going on, so I'm going the hard route of apologizing and doing my best to make you all feel as though I actually feel upset and sorry, because I do, for hurting you all in a way that I didn't mean to or do intentionally at all.
I don't think you're wrong, but I also don't think that I'm in a place right now to accept the fact that you're probably right.
There's the hard part. Because if that were easy, it would be easy. I wouldn't have to work to help build that trust back, or help build Odil's trust, or help you build Odil's trust, or help Odil build your trust. It would be easy and everybody would be able to do it, and we'd all be happy-go-lucky and just go on with our lives like nothing happened. But something did happen, even though I don't remember it.
That's fair. Imagine being happy-go-lucky again.
Oh, to be kids again.
Been a long time.
Yes, it is.
I'm just building stuff.
That's all I got in this interaction.
You all enjoy your tense peace for the moment. Enjoying a little bit of food, a little bit of drink. Trying to wrap your heads around the entire situation now that you all are in a whole new one. Trying to find peace in a situation that is very not peaceful at the moment, as everybody's heads are racked with some kind of distrust or pain. But time passes, a short time, before Odile, in her room, watches a familiar head pop through the door. You in here?
I would hope so.
I would too, but then again, you seem to disappear often, so who knows, you might not be in here. And he just starts looking around. Not going any deeper in. He's just popping his head around, still keeping it at the neck of his body at the door.
You can come in. To your room, too. You weirdo.
Well, I sleep with Dwindle, so it's technically your room, but... Tomato, potato.
This one you have.
As he hovers through the door.
You see. But again, where else would I be? You would know if I went too far.
Yes, but you also tend to wander off.
Really? I tell y'all if I'm going somewhere.
Is that why you left without a word from the table?
Okay, that's different. I didn't go anywhere still. I still stayed here.
Going to your room is going somewhere.
Your point?
You didn't tell anybody you were going to your room.
I didn't know I had to tell someone I was going to my room. What? Are they my parents? Am I a child?
I'm just saying, you just said that you were going to tell people when you were to go wander off somewhere.
I'm sorry. I'll be better next time. There.
It's good to see that you're talking.
Why wouldn't I be talking?
Well, with everything that you've told me and what everybody else has told me, it seems like one of those times that you would go silent without it telling anybody why and then wander off.
Well, it's probably because I was doing that before things happened.
Well,
Which I kind of feel guilty about, not gonna lie.
and why is that?
You wouldn't understand.
I may be simple, but there are things that you can still talk to me about that I may understand.
You wouldn't understand because it involves another person you never met.
Well, if you'd like, you can use code names.
I wouldn't need to use code names.
Well, then there's no reason hiding it if you'd like to talk to somebody about it.
I feel like this is more of you pushing me to talk about.
I'm not going to push you. I'm just reminding you that you have the option. With everything that's happened recently, I'm certain that you don't really feel as though you have that option, but I'm more than certain that the option's always there. I'm not the Eddie that you all had to experience.
No, and I'm glad you're not. That was a nightmare.
And I'm glad that you're glad.
Still stayed near you, but prefer if I didn't have to do that again.
Now you don't. I'm glad that you're glad that I'm back. But for me, I didn't go anywhere. For me, I pulled a card and I got a horn, but everyone's been treating me differently. In the span of a few seconds, everybody went from some of my close friends now, considering my, situation. I don't have many of those anymore. And everybody treated me as such, and then I looked up from my card and everybody was different. Everybody was off. By the sound of it, it was my fault. So there's not really anything for you to be sorry about.
It was an all-team fault, honestly. It was also that card's fault, so. But I should have treated you differently, and I'm sorry, and I'm trying not to treat you differently right now.
But the issue is that you are, and it's not your fault or mine or anybody else's. You're treating me differently based on the experiences that you all had to go through. I've already talked to Nyla about it, and I plan on working with her to build her trust back. I plan on working with all of you to get your trust in me back. But I don't know how else to do that right now than to remind you all individually and all together that I am here. I can't do a whole lot. I'm not able to go very far. I can't travel. I can't go anywhere. I can't do much of anything because I only have so much strength to lift up things, move things, interact with things. I can't do a whole lot. But one thing I can do without any restrictions is listen. And you all have always talked to me one way or another, no matter what the issue is at some point. And I'm simply extending a hand, once again, to remind you that you can always talk to me. Considering you're the one with my gauntlet, you have the most access to me. Each of you have always confided in me in one way or another, whether it be you actually opening up and asking for advice once in a while, or Dwindle with his long-winded talks, which I enjoy. It's been a long time since I had a long-winded talk. Nyla with her silence and sitting in one place. It's very interesting what you can hear from that girl when she's sitting in one place long enough to gather her thoughts. And May, I haven't interacted with her much. I feel bad about that, but she's always in the other group. She's usually with one of you. She's never really by herself, which is a good thing. Seems like out of all of you, she's the one that shoulders some of the greatest loneliness right next to you. She seems to fill that void by keeping at least one of you close. That's why she's so feverish about keeping Nyla. It's sweet and disheartening that each of you have these issues of loneliness and uncertainty, but I think the fates led you to my gauntlet for a reason.
Aud just puts her head down at the word of fate. field going away for a sec there.
In the end, I think one thing that I can do for each of you is listen. So, no matter how long it takes, I'd like to rebuild that trust so that you'll let me listen again. If that's okay with you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Well, whenever you feel like no longer avoiding the topic, the group is downstairs, and it may be good to get everything out at some point or another. Whether it be that now or some other time, I'm sure it'll be fine. You don't have to do it right now after everything you seemingly have experienced with everybody else. So, I'm just saying, if you want to, everybody's downstairs in one place for once.
Yeah, I'm not ready to touch that topic.
That's perfectly fine. But how about, instead of talking about that topic, you go downstairs and join them for a little while? You all kind of split up a little readily, and it's really hard for any of you to get a beat on anybody. I think the only ones that really know anything about each other and when something's wrong is Nyla and May, and that's, like I said earlier, and that's because May keeps Nyla at her hip, which is good. It's a good thing to have somebody there. But those two are the only ones that really are able to, stick together. It's obvious that you want somebody around. It's just you're not sure how to ask for that.
I know how to ask. It's the consequences that come with it. I don't want.
In this
So
group,
fine, I guess I'll go downstairs. I just wish I didn't give Selenog my cloak.
who's Selenog?
The reason why I feel so guilty.
What?
I told you, I don't need to use code names. Odd turnstone. During the time I had pulled a card trying to get you back to normal, and instead I pulled a different card that got me a knight.
Oh. That's interesting. Was he knightly?
It's actually laughing. I guess he was knightly. He had a full armor on and everything.
Well, there's looking like a knight, and then there's being knightly. It's just...
He was my knight. He had an oath to me and everything. His name was Selenog. He followed me around just as much as you do.
Well, you see, the difference is, though, that you have my gauntlet. Was he doing it by choice?
Yes and no. It was so weird. And then he was also calling me my lady and everything, which was so uncomfortable because I kept telling him not to do that because I don't like that. And it was just like a whole thing. And like he was supposed to be protecting me and everything, and it was like a whole thing. But I was able to get him to like disappear for a second to go get me food as a disguise, and I got you to disappear, and then I climbed the roof to disappear. And that's why I kind of feel bad, because I disappeared when he was probably freaking out going, where did I go? Probably thinking I got hurt before everything switched back. That's kind of why I feel guilty.
He served her till death. Because he no longer exists.
Is that true?
I don't know.
Her cloak is gone.
My original cloak is gone. I have the new cloak that I had to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
But wherever he reappeared with my cloak.
Turns out it was just some important fairy from...
And you all remember
Pharaoh.
everything that happened.
If he just reappeared somewhere and he still has my oath on him,
Nonetheless,
that would be
It's called
terrifying.
bad luck.
Ugh. But yeah, that's why I feel guilty.
well, I don't think that there's much reason to feel guilty now, so... Considering... Technically, nothing's happened. And, by the sound of it, you and Nyla both kind of went back and forth and hurt each other plenty, so I think there is plenty of room to forgive and forget, considering you both kind of sucked to each other for a minute.
There was a lot of sucking involved.
Let's go downstairs and go back with the group. Stop reading my books. That's the phrasing. Stop reading the books. I'm gonna have to hide those more often, I guess.
I know the better. I don't read the book. Don't read the book. Well, I'll go downstairs.
Good.
I want the book.
What?
Let's tell Grogan to come
Gotcha.
along.
So everyone's back downstairs. Dwindle's right outside. Everybody's back together. For fucking once. This will not last.
5 seconds later.
Alright guys, bye. I'm gonna go get some more stuff.
5 minutes later, somebody sees a shiny thing and decides to chase after it.
Swindle.
5 minutes later. Oh, use the bathroom. Gets lost by the corridor.
Actually, speaking of, May's gonna get up and leave. I think y'all need to work out some of your problems. Good luck. As soon as Odile gets down there.
I was so close.
No. You never got us all together because I'm still outside.
Shut up.
I will see. May kind of go and go. No, you stay. You stay. Yes, You stay. He made me get down here, so we all be down here. You stay. I'm sitting on your shoulder with her.
Something about Gryffindor?
Hufflepuff.
Dumbledore!
That did not age well.
Does my toy
Well-
work to keep May in one spot?
Fighting? What? Well, I'm serious. I think you guys should sit and talk a little. Some things are better between you both. And it seems like it's something that both of you need to get off of your chest. Now, if you don't, I will find a way to lock you both in a room.
I
So-
would say that it would be good to have a physical mediator just in case. You never know. I can't stop them. I'm just saying.
Fine. For a little bit. So we can at least...
We both know that
Just-
the second one of them says something that the other doesn't want to talk about, one of them's going to get up and try and walk away or somewhere into the city. So it would be a good
see.
idea to have somebody who can physically grab them. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna pull up a chair. Pull out the chair again. And sit. And then just kind of like sit. Like, okay.
Eddie then slowly starts floating backwards towards the door. Dwindle! Dwindle!
Back over here. If I can't leave, you can.
What dwindle? What dwindle? He's outside in the cart working. Just...
Deal? Is there any words you want to say to Nyla?
She muted herself.
Yeah, I forgot I was muted.
Huh?
Oh, Gil, is there any words you want to say to Nyla?
Uh-uh.
Nyla, is there any words you want to say to Odile?
I'm sorry?
Elaborate.
I'm sorry for threatening to abandon this group. I didn't actually want to leave. I was just very hurt. But it was still wrong. Is that better?
Why did it
Random
hurt you?
bystander. Random bystander. It's just...
Why did it hurt you?
It hurt because that book is the one thing that I have left from my parents. And it was taken away from me.
Adequate.
7 out of 10.
Odile,
Maybe a
what do
6.
you have to say to Nyla?
I'm sorry for taking your book.
Thank
I
you.
just didn't want Eddie to do anything worse to you.
Because
Because I was kind of nice. I mean, who wants worse for I didn't know how bad he was gonna get.
Nyla,
Yes.
do we both understand why each other was upset and did the things that they did?
Yes.
Odia?
Yes.
No. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what do we say to each other?
You want hot chocolate?
I'm down. Should we get some baked goods with that?
That's really good.
Awesome.
I feel like this is a good thing. I think we should bond over some baked goods and hot chocolate, yes. On Nyla's dime.
Todd's just shaking her head like,
I mean,
Mhm.
sure, but I'm almost broke.
Fine. I'm gonna pat Nyla on the back. Let's go.
Wow,
So
now
Nyla,
we're worried about me
back
getting
on
it.
that side.
All I had to do was offer this thing some hot chocolate. That was easy. Was that good, Eddie?
This is just
am I
the
good now?
start. Come on. I'm gonna call from the door with Nyla, like hanging on Nyla's shoulder.
Wait, what?
Come on, hot chocolate. My treat.
Oh, I'm supposed to follow you? Oh. Oh, okay.
How about
Okay,
my
I
treat
think I'm
instead? As a gold piece is set on the table by a hand with long, clawed fingernails. Regular fingernails, regular fingers, regular hand. Very human hand. This clawed nails setting on the table. As connected to said hand stands a red-headed woman. This fair and rather beautiful woman seems to smile at you all as she's holding the coin with one finger and her other hand is on her hip. But I do have to say that I would like a cup as well in trade.
Cup and trade. Do you want to come with us?
And she turns her head looking around, and you notice a nasty burn scar that just goes from right next to her nose all the way across that side of her face, past her jawline, into the furls and curls of ginger hair.
So just wait, did you say scar? Like it's freshly burned?
It's a scar. It's a pretty bad looking scar that basically like covers that portion of her face.
Mm-hmm.
But she then looks back to you all. 1 cup for this, as she holds between her index and middle finger a folded up piece of paper.
Context. 1 cup for this.
Yes, that's it. That's all.
You saying you want to buy us hot chocolate so you can give us a piece of paper?
Mm-hmm. I
What's
mostly
the
just want the hot
catch?
chocolate.
Well, How about we go, I'll get it, we bring it back to you. Sound good?
Well, either way, you've already paid for this note, so...
Can I see it?
Well, once I get my hot chocolate, that'd be bad business.
Well, you said we already paid for it.
You did. But until it's handed to you, it's my
Celebration.
property.
Alright, you got me curious. Yeah, let's go get the hot chocolate.
She
Sounds
smiles.
good. Odile?
Hmm?
Is Odile coming?
Are you coming with us? Or are you staying here? Do you want one of us to stay with you if you're staying here?
No, it's fine. I'll stay here. Somebody's got to hold the table.
He's got a point. Okay.
I guess we're bringing back the hot chocolate for them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Let's go.
Getting hot chocolate turned into an adventure.
The hot chocolate
What
is
else?
not a full gold piece, in all honesty. You all get like 8 silver back for all 3 of them.
Yeah, I figured it's hot chocolate.
3 for you, and then 4, or a 4th for her.
Mm.
We're gonna grab one for Wyndham too.
That sounds like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Should we get an extra bun for each of the rams? Give them a snack.
We
Okay.
should.
That's a lot of buns.
I'm aware.
It's some buns with the rams.
I was spending my money.
Shouldn't we get something for Garmador?
Can you eat it? I don't think you can.
Bros photosynthesis.
Yeah,
Hey,
this needs to set.
photosynthesis. Photos.
What is the poor plan even doing?
That's an excellent question.
He is, if I recall, still in my cart. As we have to leash him, apparently.
He's a
Anyways.
maniac,
Oh.
maniac on the farm.
How many rams do we have?
I have 8.
8.
Ooh.
Guess we're getting 8
Exciting.
buns.
She's very pretty, save for the gnarly burn scar going across her face.
Oh, that just makes her hotter.
Well, there's a difference between pretty and hot.
Really?
She's very
Okay.
pretty. The scar makes her hot, though.
And
Exactly.
But, nonetheless, you all get your hot chocolates and anything else that you're wanting to purchase. The full gold is not spent. Buying everything that you all are wanting, even, you still get back about 6 silver. Just about. So, you get back to your table. Everybody's sitting down, including this new strange figure. And she is just having the time of her life as she just slowly sips at this hot chocolate, enjoying herself for a moment.
think to say
I'm gonna bring it
are
back
you guys
and
gonna say something?
set it down on the table. Yes, anyways. Anyways, I let me see the note.
Of
We would have dropped
course.
off a hot chocolate to Dwindle, by the way,
Mhm.
on our way back.
Thank you.
On it with the buns.
It's just a mess of irons.
There you go. Enjoy, buddy.
Yeah.
So, she takes another sip of her hot chocolate and then sets it down. Well, of course you can, May dear. The note, of course, addressed to May, Nyla, Odile, and your friend Dwindle out there. She sets it down and then slides it to the middle of the table. She then picks up her hot chocolate once again and just starts sipping again with the biggest smile on her face.
And then what we call you?
Oh, you may call me madam.
Um. Well, thank you. Are either of the other two going to grab it?
I would start looking at it as you lot are talking and just kind of.
Okay.
I don't know how long of a note this is.
It's a small
If it's
folded up
short.
note.
Okay. Yeah, and just sort of, take a peek at it while they're finishing their talking.
Unfolding the square folded note. On the inside of the note, you see in very well written handwriting, do be careful. It seems he's got his eyes on you. With a small signature just at the bottom of small wave line and P next to it.
Do we recognize the signature? I feel like it should be obvious for
It's from
sure.
It's from the Dark Prince.
Dark. Okay. That's what I thought. I just wasn't sure. I'm just gonna pass it to May.
I'll slowly read it. She kind of freezes up, but nods at Madame.
Why?
What?
Oh, dumb. Don't let them.
I apologize. I've got my headphones, so I am listening, but hold on.
And towards Madame and towards Naima and Odile, and pass the note to Odile as well.
I suppose I can't say I'm
look.
very surprised under the circumstances. It's not good,
Supposed to.
but
There's hoping for more information about you.
What do you think we should do? Lie low or
I don't know.
I just wish it was easier to know exactly what.
I agree. Just find him, since apparently he's all-knowing, but unfindable.
Not unfindable, just hard to find.
Very, very hard to find.
Chameleon.
Yeah.
But if you're splashing paint,
What the fuck?
I think you can find anything. You can find a chameleon in any setting. You just flick it with some paint.
How should we... Do you have any ideas on how to do that for something that has too big of a radius of possibility to actually do with literal paint?
Call them out. Raise a fuss in the town. Yelling about a Raksasha around. Keep a tab on who anybody notable is in this town, in the underground. And I mean, the moment someone disappears, I think we'd have our answer.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't think that's possible. Sounds like a more long-term.
Leave it alone and let it fuck off.
Sounds about right.
I apologize. Our dog had an opossum trapped against our wall just outside the garage door over here, on his food bowl, because he's territorial and it's an animal that is not him. So the poor thing is just hanging out. So, I'm back. I apologize for interrupting.
Oh, you're good. You're just plotting. I came out with an out-of-box plan. That wouldn't work, but I feel like an evil genius. So.
Well. Anything important that I missed?
I'm just gonna look them down and say, was this all the any sort of correspondence we have is?
For the moment, because, you know, his eyes are on you and all that. It's very cryptic.
Incredibly.
Well, just keep your eyes open. She says as she then sips her hot chocolate. But if you'd like more information, I can go back and tell him to maybe help out a little bit more. He is helping. This was just the quickest warning he could give. Because, you know, we just found out. But
You just found out.
well,
So,
that
do you think
you're
there's more
being followed.
information? You're being followed. Do you know by who?
We're not sure. We've
Any
noticed a
sort
few
of
figures just kind of following you about randomly.
Interesting. Do you know anything about a fox? About yay tall, and she's gonna Robin Hood his height.
Oh, the little sweetheart. Yes, he's a little homeless that hangs around the city. He he likes saying that he's homeless, and he is technically, but he comes and goes as he likes. He likes interacting with people. It's very weird, very strange little thing. He's very sweet though. He is adorable if you really get to know him. Do watch out for the charm.
Noted. It was, I ran into him and he was speaking of a job. And
Yeah, he's usually got a few jobs for people.
anything we knew about.
Probably not.
Well, thank you anyways. If you could, May's gonna write, she's gonna throw, her satchel down on the table and go for her ink and, well, her parchment. She's gonna start writing out a note for, just a quick little, asking if there is any other information, any sort of details on whatever it is that's following them, or if there's anything that they can do to aid at all in the process. And then she's just gonna fold it up and hand it to Madame.
She takes it, she unfolds it to look at it, she reads it, then folds it back up. If you'd like to help, keep wandering around as a group. It seems, now hear me out, normally figures like me and people who know what we're doing, we pick off stragglers. But your group is always separated, but does come back together either at the end of the day or throughout the day. We've noticed that it looks like they're trying to get you grouped together long enough to do something, because the only time that you all are being followed is when you're together. And I'm not sure if that's a personal preference, if there's some kind of trap, or what they have planned, but it seems they want you in a group to do it. So, if you'd like to deal with the problem head on, it may be best to fall into their trap. But otherwise, keep splitting up, keep getting their attention diverted. That may be another reason that he's following you while you're in a group. There's really only one figure that follows you when it happens, but it's a different figure every time.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. We will keep this in mind.
Of course. After all, it is your lives on the line and all.
Wait, seriously?
She leans back
She's
and
just
takes
gonna
another
go.
sip of her hot chocolate.
And just sit back and drink her hot chocolate. Like kind of cheersing her cup to Nyla. No one after this.
You really think that's possible?
Knowing you, knowing us, I'm just trying to speak into existence. Manifest, if you will.
Someday, when all of these things are done, we should find a quiet little corner of some place and just... Yeah. Live out the rest of our days.
Well, sounds awfully boring.
It does. It really does. Maybe we'll do that for a couple weeks and then we can come back.
Mm,
Maybe we just need a
I
vacation.
like this plan. Now that I can get behind. After
After this is dealt with. Agree. We have a lot to accomplish before we're allowed to vacation. Don't think we'll make it that long?
You? Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Was my internet having a hiccup again? Because God's forbid anything works properly.
Yeah, that's how it
Well,
goes.
pretty-
He's really cute. He's so cute.
Aww.
He's so cute.
He's so
Grown
cute.
up now. He's huge.
So big.
I know, he's so
Aw.
big. It's lovely.
He's a big boy.
Babe.
Hey.
He's doing this. He needs a bath.
Hey.
I want to cuddle him.
Hey.
Say hi.
It's a real life Wispy, but with different eye color.
What color eyes does Wispy have?
Green, like bright emerald green.
I just got light gray.
That cat is so large. That or you are very small.
Why not both?
He's a big cat. He's cute. But no, he's got little white furs everywhere too, and it's really funny. Cause
Nice.
he's the cute.
Cute. But okay. Where were we?
The Murray of the Rainbow.
Guitar Hero Poker.
We were asking if, do you think that we should stay as a group, like they said, or we should keep them distracted?
I guess it depends if we're ready to fight whatever this is.
I don't know. I think we should talk to Dwindle.
That sounds about right.
Did you want to stay here? Or did you want to go tell him?
Me?
Either of you.
We can also, go have a group meeting if we want to.
Well, I don't know, it's just... What if something happens?
No, not yet.
So, I guess I'll go. I'll be right back, though.
Good.
I'm gonna go see if Dwindle has collaborated with them, too, because I'm mildly concerned.
For Gomer's safety?
No,
Me.
I don't know. I feel like there's potentially arson afoot.
No, I'm just cooking up some sunflower seeds, that's all.
I'm frozen.
Yummy.
At least you know it's not Garmador, considering he's a, Daisy.
Mhm. Isn't he ice too? Made of ice.
Or not Daisy, he's an ice dandelion.
Okay. Well,
But
I'm gonna go
nonetheless.
outside. Is Dwindle at the tavern? Or the inn?
Well, the cart's there.
Oh, that's okay. So he is working just outside. Okay. And oh, I took the note with me. By the way, I should specify so I can show Dwindle. And just gonna kind of just like knock on like the carriage or something as she approaches him. Like, hey, we got some news. Just trying to be not as loud about it too, because we're outside.
Alright. Well, what took it so long? Last time we didn't get it till like another 2 days.
It seems like it's not as much information as there was before. And
Interesting.
maybe we just need more time for it. And she's gonna hand him the note.
Mm.
Right?
Has others read this information?
Yes.
Who
They're
closes
inside
it,
still. But we learned something else.
tosses it into the fire.
Thank you.
Are you sure?
I didn't save it. Fine, I'll keep it.
Are you sure?
I will toss it in the fire. Let's just hope there wasn't any other information on that. Yeah.
That would have been probably smart to see, or at least, what we don't know won't hurt us badly.
This has some very. No, I won't burn it. Magic. Can it, Will? Why do you say something? Come on. Do I burn it? Where's the D100?
It's so
If it's
much
above-
fun making James overthink when it comes to D&D.
Below 43, I burn it.
Do I burn or do I don't?
No.
Are you sure? It's so much fun. It really is.
Anyway, so what's the plan? That's the plan.
Well, the woman told us that we could stay together, and they think that
That's funny.
they might be planning. They're watching us and are trying to get us all together, or we could stay apart and basically distract it. Maybe. But I sent a note with her to the prince, and hopefully we'll hear more.
As she keeps talking, like looking around, I'm like, you want to be saying this stuff?
What? I thought we were like whispering.
Yeah, I could have been watching me this entire time.
Oh. Interesting. I didn't think of that.
No, maybe don't.
Really?
Anyways. Where should I meet you?
Where shall I?
Where should I meet you guys?
Not quite
Aren't
sure.
you going somewhere?
Huh?
Aren't you guys going somewhere?
I don't think so at the moment. We went to go get hot chocolate, but that's about it. Yes. I don't know what to do exactly right now. I don't know at all.
Either way.
They're inside if you, depending on whatever you thought.
I'll join you guys in a bit. I gotta finish this thing real quick.
Be careful, Dundon. She's gonna go back inside.
After about 20 to 30 minutes, he's just gonna go and join them.
Okay.
Get a nice little stopping point. How much do I get done?
Yep.
Done. Sweet, I'm fully done. Oh, that's amazing.
Do you remember what to roll?
Smith tools.
There you go.
Winston.
14 plus.
Winston.
It's probably over 20. That is the wrong sheet. What shows that suit? Is strength plus proficiency correct or double proficiency?
Strength plus proficiency.
Alrighty, it is the wrong roll, but 20 20 21
Anyone?
21.
Roll a
And if that's
D100.
not alright. 29.
29.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You get about 15%
Okay.
done.
Mm.
15%
Of
on the
the
front. That little bit
Yeah.
that you were working on.
Mm. Great. I will write that down.
That is all of like 3% of the entire carriage.
I'm like, can't help but think about everything.
Mm-hmm. So you've got all of 3% of the entire carriage armored.
The underbelly's mostly done. Frames are mostly done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't wait to put this through the SolidWorks program to see how heavy the scene actually is.
Madam, however, finishes her hot chocolate and, with a simple smile, stands up, pushes her chair in, and walks out the door, passing Dwindle with a light wave as he's in the middle of his work.
Used.
And she wanders off, disappearing into the crowd.
Weird lady. As it works, does he notice anything?
Hmm?
Perception check, does he notice anything as he
You can
works?
make a perception check.
18 plus 22.
Looking around. At the moment, everything seems peaceful.
Seems peaceful.
Mm,
Continues to work. And just
Yeah.
gets it done.
It really is so much fun making James overthink.
Mm. It hurts my
Specifically
hair.
about D&D.
Interesting. Poor boy. Doesn't know what
My
to do.
head hurts. Yep, goes in.
Okay.
Are they in the same spot? Or do they move in 30 minutes?
It's up to them.
She's enjoying her hot chocolate. Mhm. And you said how much silver was left over?
Hmm?
How much silver was left over?
After buying everything that you all had talked about 6.
Okay.
Keep in mind, for all 4 hot chocolates that you originally were getting, it was only going to be, well, all 5 technically. No, it was 4. And then you added
No,
Dwindle,
5.
and then the buns.
Okay.
It was originally going to only be the 2 silver for the 4 hot chocolates.
Okay. Makes sense then. Okay.
Got to meet the madam. Well, you guys got to meet the madam. Is that 3 out of 4 or is that 4 out of 4?
So technically, due to the time reverse, you all have met Bartender, and before the time reverse, you met the Keeper,
Mhm.
the little goblin dude. However, now you've met the Madam instead of the Keeper.
I like the madam better. She gets stuff done compared to the goblin who takes forever.
Yeah. He had more information for us than I feel with a letter than a piece of parchment.
Reads the paper. You're about to die.
Look
What's up,
behind you.
guys?
I have a thought, but it's an evil thought for the DM, and I'm not gonna say it out loud because he might make it reality.
Always give the DM ideas.
I was just curious if devils and demons and fiends are affected by magic of
Everything.
this scale.
Everything usually is. Save for those that are directly affected by, you know, a
Like, do
time shift.
deities remember this?
Oh
Or,
yeah,
like,
the deities definitely remember it. They're not happy. Maybe.
I figured. I'm like, yeah, no, it's people messing with time again.
Fucking mortals.
Up
What
to
can we
no
do?
good, as always.
But
Yeah.
Dwindle rejoins the group. Everybody at the table now.
Go. Looks around. Yeah. What's the plan?
We should probably go somewhere more quiet and not so out in the open.
It's a great idea. Goes upstairs after just taking one of the girls' plates of food.
Hey, give us a
No. Didn't remember my work. This is your payment.
rude.
Don't worry, I'll get you more. You're tiny. It's fine.
Wait, whose room are this?
I don't know whose plate I grabbed. I just grabbed them.
No, I said whose room.
Dundo's going straight to his.
Okay.
I got a king. I got the best room. I got a nice hot bath.
Yes. Where you were a minotaur.
No, it's not a
A
minotaur.
mini minotaur.
Yeah, it's a mini minotaur. There's a difference.
Mini time.
A mini minotaur. With a blue one left.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Odile some food, by the way, before I go back.
Fine, you don't have to give me food.
Oh no, you would have walked up already.
You'll get more food, which Dwindle will take. More food for Dwindle.
It doesn't give me food.
More food for the Dwindle. Dwindle happy.
Do we have to, is it like included with the open? How much is it? How much do I pay?
Hmm?
How much do I pay for food?
Oh, food by itself is pretty simple. Each plate is like maybe 4 or 5 coppers.
Okay, shit. I'm gonna get food for Odile.
Fawn takes the food. Thank you.
Go back up. There you go, Tony. There you go.
Thank you.
No problem. Sit down, window, and I was with us, I think. Little soon.
You all find yourselves in Dwindle's room now. Together, working together to think of something. As you all get settled in, your own personal ideas running through your head. And you find yourselves getting comfy, finally. Door closed, everybody in their own spot.
Wait. Sits down, just munch. No, this food is terrible.
No, it's great as a fairy
Why'd you
place.
take them?
Food. Either way. Who's got a plan?
I don't know, do you think we're ready to face him?
I don't know what this thing's capable of. Either way, it's a gamble.
The book did say it was a fiend, right? Or the devil.
Aye, and
Actually,
yeah, not to be underestimated.
And when it comes to it, we do have Skia to help us fight. That's helpful.
You can do that.
what can Thea do?
He said he would. I don't know all of what he's capable of, but I know that he has a lot of power. I'm confident that he'll be very helpful in this, even though I don't know what specifically he can do.
Would that come off a cost?
It's possible, but it would probably only be to me, for what that's worth.
Well, it is your soul that we're fighting for here.
Do you think whatever it is will be worth his help? Or will it just make things worse?
I think that it is worth it. I'm still wary of him, don't get me wrong, but I think that he has better motives than I initially thought.
Didn't
So I
you
don't
say
think that
he
he-
destroyed your entire city?
That's what I thought. But I think there might be two of them. It would explain a lot. Or even if it's just one, maybe it sides to him. I'm not sure. All I know is it's more complicated than I initially thought.
Right?
I mean, there has to be more than just the one. But I guess that's a matter for another day.
I don't know that it's safe, but I think that it's worth it.
Do you trust him?
With this, I don't trust him with everything, but I think that I can trust him in this.
I don't think he'll let anything happen to you.
No,
In honesty.
he's clearly pretty invested in keeping me alive, so I think that he'll stick by it when it comes to it.
I mean, no offense, but why?
I have no idea. If you find any leads, please let me know, because that's been the question that's been haunting me for years now.
Is deity of power, whatever is seen as demon fiend. My money's on demon.
Could be.
You know, it doesn't feel right.
I agree. Like I said, it's a gaping hole in my knowledge. Something that I've asked him a number of times, and he's always very reluctant to answer. Very shifty about why. All I know is that from my interactions with him, for some reason he seems to want to protect me. Whether it's for nefarious plans or not, I have no idea.
That suddenly makes everything just standing, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, real dandy.
Wow.
So, what's the plan?
Wendell, do you think?
Hmm?
Do you think that will be enough? Do you think we have a chance?
One way to find out. Only one way. It's either gonna be us coming out on top, or it's gonna be Ken. It's going to be him.
Go fight a fiend?
You're fight a fiend.
I didn't feel. Did we said that she thinks that it wants us to get. So, how exactly what do you think might be a
Does
good place.
By it, do we mean
Okay.
our target?
Mm-hmm.
All I can think about is a spell it would do that would, big area. Why would it want us together? Wouldn't it be easier to pick us off one by one? Just
You
saying,
would think.
it's kind of strange,
Right.
Well, if I was, isn't this thing supposed to be intelligent thing or crafty?
Maybe. It's supposed to be, but I mean, the only one that I can assume that really matters that he gets rid of his family. Do you think that it knows about the contract? Or is this the first time any of this has happened?
If it's been stalking us the way that we think it is, it probably knows. At least we should probably assume that it knows.
The better question is, how does it know?
I don't know. I'm getting. I don't know. Do you think it's anybody we know? I don't think so. It's bothering me.
The same thing's been bothering me too. Everything in reference to it keeps on hinting towards the fact that we've already met him. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. But I agree.
Has anybody ever met anything similar to this? Just
So,
some demon, fiend, whatever, that you may or may not have pissed off?
we met a fiend before, right? Was that a fiend? At the beginning?
I don't know what that thing was. Just darkness. A mage with
All
too
the way
much
back in
power.
the house. We found it in a fiend book, but I don't remember for sure
Oh,
if it was a fiend.
I'm so sorry you guys haven't told me.
It was spiky and poisonous. May almost died, but we were fine.
Wait, the one with the barbed ear. Wait. I'm lost. Are we
the ones
talking
with the
about the one with
barbs.
the barbed? The
Yeah,
one with the arrows?
exactly. Way back when. We didn't even know each other at that point.
No, but we kept each other alive.
It's true.
That was
Destiny.
awful.
A little bit. Do you think that has anything to do with it? I mean, I don't know. It seems like a far off chance.
True. If it was related to the blood diamond, then maybe. But it's not.
I mean,
Presumably.
fiends existing is nothing new.
It's true.
Animation.
Yeah, I don't think it's connected. He asked if we knew any fiends, and I was like, I think we knew one once.
Not for long.
It's true.
Can't even think of what was it. So weird. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. And I've seen my fair share of weird. Well, maybe we can start by making a list. Figuring out how exactly to lure it. So that if we stick together, we might be able to. just stay ready 90% of the time. Sounds
Right.
exhausting, but
Yeah,
I
maybe
just-
2 groups.
I just worry why it wants us all together.
Can I get everybody to make a con save for me? At disadvantage.
So is it straight for me because I have advantage?
You have advantage against poisons.
I rolled a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Very nice.
I
It's too bad this one's at disadvantage.
I know.
I got a
I-
dirty 20.
I got a 16 and a 14. And the save's 21.
Even with my
Oh.
modifier 3.
That's scary. Your palms go.
What was
We're doomed.
I'll assume you rolled low then.
I got a 9.
Oh, you got a 9. It's not low. It's not great, but it's not low. Okay.
Oh, are we almost done for the night? Because I really gotta go to bed.
That's where I'm getting to, hopefully. So, Nyla got a 3. Odia got a 9. So, May and Dwindle are able to stay awake for a moment as Odile
Isn't
and Nyla.
Nyla a half elf?
Odile and Nyla are able to, so elves cannot be put to sleep by any means.
You're half elf, so.
However, it's magic that can't put them to sleep. That's what I
That
think.
is correct.
Mhm. So, May and Dwindle, you start to watch as the world around you starts to shift. And you know, in movies and TV, when you start to see things shifting around and you're seeing almost like a following after image of it, that's what you two start to see as you look to Nyla and Odile and the two fall over. The door then creaks open slightly. I would like another con save from Dwindle and May.
This one at advantage?
This one regular.
Not advantage, but yeah.
I got a 22.
Yeah, I didn't do so good on that one. That's a 6 plus 7, 15. Not 15. That's a 9, but 13.
It's 13.
Hey, what about Rovan?
He's a construct.
So, May is the final one
One.
awake. As Rovan, confused, walks over and wanders over to Odile, trying to figure out what's going on. Before a number of figures begin walking into the room. Three of them grab onto Rovan, a Goliath, a Minotaur, and a half-orc. The others that walk in grab Nyla, Odile, and Dwindle. And the last figure to walk in is a strange man. He steps inside, his hands behind his back, with two emerald green eyes that look to May. And these beautiful emerald eyes then turn into slits as they look directly at her with a smile. This dizzying feeling only getting worse and worse and worse as he reaches out a hand. And where one would normally reach out like this, you notice he reaches out like this. And the back of his hand, his thumb curls upward, almost like the back of his hand is his palm, as he grabs either side of your chin and moves your face back and forth. You're holding on quite well. But I really need you to go to sleep now. As he then takes a small pouch and pours it over your face. This small pouch, a dark purple, crystalline powder almost, that seems to wash over your face, and you feel this overwhelming dizziness just sink into your skin as everything begins to shift even worse. I'll keep my eye on you as you feel everything starting to darken, watching as your friends are carried off, and another figure grabs hold of you and lifts you up. And the last thing you see is you being pulled out of the room over somebody's shoulder, and you see in the doorway this figure watching as you're carried off, slowly drifting off into a black expanse. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
I'm getting robbed. Oh.
Not again.
So,
Not again.
thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for hopping in. Thank you all for showing the journey of Grandiasha some love. There was a little bit of technical difficulty. I do have to splice the videos together later, but they will be on the YouTube channel, of course. Thank you all for joining us after a long hiatus of... That's our choice. Life always comes first, and I wanted everybody together for this very reason. But I hope that you all will join us next time for the journey of Grandiasha, because as you can see, after some beautiful reunions, some words of kindness and warmth, and everybody sitting down and having a conversation, and the group, of course, sticking together to try and figure out what their next move is against this fiend that seems to be hunting them just as much as they're hunting it. Now, they know exactly what they're dealing with. we hope to see you all next time here in the Will-O-Wisp Woods. I will be sure to keep the campfire roaring for you so that you have a place to sit for another story with our wonderful players. We hope that you have a good evening. Try not to get too lost. The Will-O-Wisps have a bad habit of dragging you around the woods. Have a good evening, everybody.